it is drastically reduced. So let me start with the story. Again, this is a short verse of a story. I will not even say it's a story. Today, it's just a verse to understand what exactly we are in our life. Okay. We see the world suffering a lot. All of us see. We have complaints, we have sufferings, we have everything. So we see the world suffering a lot. Still, we all get married and have children. That's a complete belief in love. So that's storyline number one. And you have one more kutti verse of a story. When you throw the babies in the air, okay, literally you throw babies in the air, they laugh. Okay, not every baby laugh. Of course, there are babies who cry also, but generally they enjoy that, kind of positive stroke, but you actually throw them. So when you throw babies in the air, they laugh because they know you will catch them. And that's entire trust they have on you. So similarly, have trust in yourself. People might put you down. People might criticize you. Healthy criticism is always accepted, but people will pull you down for deliberately to pull you down. People would have hurt you. Yes, even we have gone through it. I have gone through it. I cry. I went out and then I see, understand that it's not my flaw. It is projection of other people. In that pattern, try to trust yourself. You'll be always taken care by the supremacy, the omnipotent. That's called the nature. All you have to do is trust it. With this note, I would like to start the session. You know, the topic is the teacher you are. Many of you will be very curious. What is it new things that we are going to learn? Some of you be like, "Ella enak already theriyum pa, I don't require this at all." Some people will be like a bit, skeptical. The entire topic is weird and stuff. So keeping all your thought processes active, let's start the journey. Before starting the journey, today I need one notebook. I'm sure you'll have at least a paper and a pencil, nothing much. I want you simply list, don't do anything. And if in the screen you can see the teacher you are. When I was preparing the PPT, okay, some tech I'm really bad at. I prepare the entire content and somebody facilitates me also. There was some foreigner's face. I said, no foreigner face here. We want an Indian woman. We are so exhausted. We are so tired. There are a lot of personal barriers we carry. But still, the teacher is the most beautiful angel on earth. When she enters the class, she simply camouflages her pain and she connects to the entire 40, 50, 60, 70, n number of students. And that is the capacity of the teacher to strike a beautiful balance. Tired, exhausted, meetings, whatnot, personal barriers. Still, she will camouflage the entire pain and she goes with a smile, though she is tired. So I'm sure I'm addressing all vibrant teachers, and I'm not saying this for the heck of it. I have worked with people. I am one among them. We know what the journey is. So the teacher you are. Before that, I request all the participants, okay, to list at least 12 characteristics of a teacher, which includes both effective and ineffective. I will never say good or bad teacher. There is nothing called good or bad teacher. Okay, when you tell somebody, your name, some name, I don't want to tell any name now, because if somebody with that name in the group, you will take it otherwise. So some name, they will say, oh, very good name, good name. Is there a bad name as such? I still wonder. So there is nothing like good or bad teacher, but yes, there is a, point that effective and slightly need to be effective teachers. Sometimes we call it as ineffective teachers. I want all of you to list 12 characteristics of a teacher. It can include both effective and ineffective. Can I say it as 6 effective teachers characteristics, 6 ineffective teachers characteristics? I'll give you 1 minute. 71 has joined. Please list those characteristics. As usual, you will not present. You need not put in the group at all. You can list it. We are going to do a semi-sociogram. Technically, there is a solid scientific experiment called sociogram, but we are not going to do sociogram. We are just going to do, similar part of it. Sociogram is a very deep exercise. We're not doing it here right now. Okay, just list it in your, even in your phone, you can type and keep it. You need not put it in the chat. And you need not tell me where you fall. This is a complete introspection FDP. At the last day alone, you will share, provided you are comfortable. I will not say you share, okay? Chitra madam, you can, have it for yourself. Patience, love, care, no partiality. All of you list in your diary. You need not put across. We have n number of traits. For example, I will say very communicative, kindness, highly motivated. I have my view, so you will have your view. Okay, I'll give you 1 more minute. Write in your diary. Now, among the effectiveness and ineffectiveness you have written, now this is a very, very tough exercise I'm going to give you. Very, very tough. You have to be truly honest with you. See the words I'm using. Truly honest. Does it make a difference even? All right. That you can tell for yourself. Mark 3, any 3 that speaks most of you, and you need not tell in the crowd. If at all there is some ineffectiveness in you. Okay, if at all, for example, I'll take my own example. Nirmala, if I'm a very bad motivator, I will say arrogance attitude. I will tick for myself that, or I will tell my peer member to do. We actually do a 360-degree feedback exercise in this process. Since we are online, I'm telling you yourself to do it, which is very, very tough. Excellent. Like Chitra madam gave patience, love, care, no partiality. And Shankareshwari is given merciness, pampered, affection, courage, care. Excellent. See, she has used the word pampered, which is equally dangerous. Karthik has given content mastery, inspirational, understand the students, presence, equity. Excellent. Now, each one of you tick for yourself any first 3, the most dominant behavior or personality trait about you. Whichever you are, all effectiveness, good. Keep it yourself, appreciate yourself. Great Nirmala, you're very good at all these things. See whether there is anything ineffective that suits you. Circle it. Just 3 ineffective, or at least 1 effective. 1, at first I've asked you to list the traits. 6 effective traits, 6 ineffective traits. Now I'm requesting you to circle at least 1 or 2 ineffective traits. And next, pose a question to yourself. Why are you behaving the way you behave? Imagine I'm putting Nirmala, the worst motivator. So my personality is a very arrogant personality. I have an attitude problem. I am treating students very bad. So that's why I'm behaving like this. I'm a very, very tough personality. Okay. Now I'm giving reasons for myself. And will I accept immediately? No. We will never accept that we are at flaw, right? That will take a lot of time. You can do this exercise even whenever you are really wanting to travel within yourself. Okay, now I just gave an example. Now you ask yourself, why are you behaving the way you're behaving? At the end of the session, if you could give answer to this particular statement, I will not say question. If you can give one solid reason and try to work for yourself, you have really traveled this program. Okay, so keep that for yourself, and we go for the next slide. Next slide, Ma. You're holding on the exercise part. You will give an answer at the end of the session. Type A and type B personality. Generally, in psychological terms, we will say type A are achieving oriented, high planners, highly stressful people. Type B are cool, chill, still they do the work. So here I'm just giving a glance. Generally, teachers work so hard because it's they go travel, do it, get it, achieve it. This is just very comical presentation, but type B is like, anyway, it's there. Why do we do so much of hard work? Anyway, students will do what they need to do. So you take a very cool, relaxed state. Which personality you belong, only you will know. Next. We have a major role in the society. Trust me, you would have heard a lot of motivational speakers saying that you are the candle, You lit light and you melt, you give light for everyone. Isn't it true? Yes, no? Yes, no? Isn't it true? Yes, no? A quick answer. I want all 75 to respond. You are the biggest soul who balanced lot of things which you cannot even describe. And there are 50 minds, okay, 50 minds which comes to you, and you have to attend to 50 different brains at 50 different approaches, and then we cluster slow learners, fast learners, first bench, second bench. They need different treatment. So just imagine, only people who have been decided by the Almighty can be a doctor, nurse, and a teacher. Teacher simply has a phenomenal role equivalent to the doctors, that they have to travel into the mind, take the best of the child and shape the child. So you are in a very big position which nobody can deny. If people are coming and fighting, telling it me just need teacher dana, I feel like blasting at them, because only we know how much hard work. 50 in your class is like 50 brains, which is not an easy. So you are in a high position. So here I've put a small image. It is a creativity profession. You don't just deliver information, but you are a mentor, not the typical mentorship that you go through. You are really a mentor. You are a positive triggerer and person who can engage the human mind positively. So just imagine what role you have, which I need not tell to the most experienced crowd here, whose minimum experience is at least 7 years, 5 years, 12, 14, 14 plus 20. How rich, how rich. There are no jokes here at all. And you're the most inspiring soul in the entire society. So in general, there are 5 types of teachers. Next slide. Next slide. I will quickly give a glance about it. A mama bear who always gives a hug, cuddles, who takes care of the people with the kinesthetic thing, who comforts their students types. Silent wizard teachers who are super successful, but they work magic in their silence. Okay, there are no good or bad teachers, please understand. I repeat, I reiterate, there are no good or bad teachers. So silent wizard, they are quiet teachers. Not the teacher every time have to be bombarding, jiggling, exuberant. No. They still connect very deep with people, because the more you are silent, the more you are listening. Now I'm shouting, I'm making noise. Actually, you are more receptive and you are more talented and skillful at this moment, not me. So people who are silent are more sharp. Then you have alpha type of teachers, they are more organizers. They do training programs. They go to the higher level of management. Okay. What teacher you are, you will tell for yourself. You will not open your mic and say anything now. And techie type of teacher. Next slide, ma. Techie type. They're like super duper organized. They're like, they go more into the research, do experiments, bring an app. They create, those professors, they create app along with the students. They're all techie people. And the last is the super like free spirit, fun type, completely fun type teacher, always laughing, melting, who can connect, humorous type of people. Okay. So you have to identify which type of teacher you are and keep the identification with yourself. Now, imagine I'm a very tough teacher. I get a lot of complaints from my seniors, from my authority, my students. It's high time I realize I'm into a profession where, whether I liked it or not, I have joined. Okay, imagine I'm getting all comments, criticism, because I have behaved that way. I'm not fit into this profession. So it's high time we need to be responsible. Whether I like it or not, this field of teaching has come to me. Yes, I might not have the passion, because you can always say, see a lot of teachers with passion, but for some people, they had no choice. They come in, no harm. Never blame them, never criticize them, but the person has to understand it is your responsibility, whether you like it or not. You need not be a giggling, laughing person, but you are responsible for those 50 minds, and that tinge of thought will change, the entire way of looking at students. And I'm sure many have done it. I'm not advising you that you have to change. You've already been in that side, is what I understand. Otherwise, nobody can exist in this profession for more than white talk 5 years, 10 years, not even more than 1 year. So that responsibility, that change is all of us want. Now, coming to the change, as I already told you, we have people from 2 to 20 years of experience here. But what is it? Some monotony that is hitting us. Now you would have written your effective, ineffective patterns. Actually, we ask you to write 20, but within 1 minute, you cannot write 20. And I have come across with this FDP for 40 minutes and we are almost going for an hour. I didn't want to waste your time and energy there. Okay, now as you have listed, there'll be something that you need to change. That seed is the transformation, which again you will not confirm to anybody, because you are the best master, you are the best judge, you are the best person to whom you have to be true to yourself. Identify that one and work on it. For all that, you need a tinge of change. When we were doing our MSc, we had a very strong foundation of sociology paper, and then in that paper we had a major subject called change management. Oof, that gave us a big reflection of what needs to be, we were all psychology students, what tinge we need to change to be a better psychologist. It was an amazing paper. And this is one standard thing all of us will say, Nida Marano, you have to change. If you don't change, we get stagnated. Change for betterment, all dialogues we know. But are we really changing for betterment? Introspect. So that one ineffectiveness that you have told, how you are going to do it, you have to answer yourself. Now you might see me as a very bonker person. Now she's saying everything you do. Now what is the trainer doing here? There's a big question mark, if at all, that's cropping in your mind. These are sensitive matters which you might not open up and tell people, yes, I am a bad motivator. Introspection is the only key where you will reflect yourself. If you dare to do that, then it's a big, beautiful step. Okay, that's a reason there is a pondering statement that you do it, you initiate, only you will identify. And the best part is, as of now, you will not discuss with your peer unless and until your peer is a non-judgmental person who can help you, saying that, yes, you need to be a motivated person. You need to work on yourself more. A good friend would always tell that. A namke vaste friend might not say it. So here comes your interpersonal relationship also. You need that shaping. For that shaping, you need that change. For that change, you need to work a bit more harder. Only a bit more harder. And why that is important, now we will see. I request Nitisha ma'am to play that video. You can play the eagle video. The eagle video, Nitisha ma'am. Am I clear till now? If yes, if the journey is yes, give a quick thumbs up. Am I clear till now? I want the participants to give you a quick thumbs up if I'm clear. Thank you, Nagammalar ma'am. Thank you, doctor. Thank you, Ramya. Thank you, Avani. A quick feedback. I want thumbs up from all the participants. The video, let it go. Yes. Nitisha ma'am, can you play from the beginning? Can you play from the beginning? My dear participants, please see the prologue that is written down. There is a prologue that is written down. I request Nitisha ma'am, I'm sorry, play from the beginning. Not the prologue, subtitles, please read. Ma'am, could you please play from the beginning? So here the key is we would have got a lot of unpleasant memories in our teaching field. Our mindset of growth would have been retarded by many people around. It could include our peers or even the students who had given us a very bitter experience. And that is when you have to act like an eagle. Now, I will not say you have talons, you have old feathers. No. If that is the case, I'm the oldest of all among the crowd. Okay. All I'm trying to tell you is the eagle takes a very sharp decision. There is a stage where they have a lifespan of 70 years, but at 40 it almost drains. At it can even die if it doesn't take a very hard decision. And this hard decision is it has to do all alone. It will not stay with the crowd. Okay, it has to go to the rock, for the eagle to continue its life. And the hardest decision is to make a physical transformation so that it can fly even more higher with better energy. I'm sure you would have seen snakes withering its skin to have a better skin and better life. I'm sure many would have seen it. பாம்பு தோல் உரிச்சு அதை புதுமைப்படுத்துறது நீங்க பார்த்திருப்பீங்க. We are not snakes, we are not eagles. That is not what I'm trying to tell. For the survival of the fittest, all we need is not only as a teacher, as a parent, as a friend, we need to change for betterment in the relationship. So to wave away those negative mindset in connections with human, I'm talking, to break that negative mindset, we need to induce the growth mindset, and for which we need to work a lot. So what does this eagle do? It goes to the rock. It's a very, very painful process for its physical body. It goes to the rock, break its beak. Much before that, it plucks all its talons, the feathers, and it is a very bleeding process, and it bears all the pain, after which it gets the fresh, growth of all parts of those tiny parts of the body, and it gets more energy, and it gets next 30 years to live, to go sky high and live its life. Now, why should I live my life? That is another question. Unless and until you're into the depression or suicidal thought, that's a different domain of question. Anyway, we are living our life. So that change alone will give you to be the survival of the fittest. So I think the video went a little bit quick. If at all you would have connected with the video, you will understand that for your existence to be more healthier, all you need to go through is a change, a deep, self-oriented, richness-filled, introspective change. Not the change that the others, you try to impress others. No, the change that wherein you impress yourself. That is the key. If this has happened, I think the training program gets over even now, this moment, this second. And the only person who can give an answer is just you and the single person you. The next slide, ma. The next slide. So here you have the teacher personality spectrum. I'm sure this many would have gone through it. Either you're a combination of authority, passion, and personality. For example, every time you cannot keep pampering. When they're wrong, you have to say they're wrong. Okay. Not that I'm sure many of you would have gone through this. One teacher will be like very sweet, goody goody. The other teacher will be like very strict. Immediately the strict teacher gets the bad name, which is very, very painful. When they're wrong, you need to tell they're wrong. So there are different personalities here: sergeant, reluctant, buddy, wizard, aloof, in combination of all these things. The extreme authority, every time scolding, then that is dangerous. You understand? There is a difference. I would only coin one statement for all the questions that's coming to your mind. It depends on the intensity and frequency of your behavior. Teachers are the most godly figures to change a student's life. Trust me. 15 years before, I'm not talking now, 15 years before, this has come in a paper, in the famous paper, a teacher from Gujarat, I'm talking about 5 years before. We just finished our college and we were joining our profession, okay? This school teacher had been, punishing the girl child. I don't want to mention the school name and the country. அந்த குழந்தை முடிய பிடிச்சு பெஞ்சில் அடிச்சிருக்காரு. Mudi and the pen குழந்தையோட முடிய பிடிச்சு, he's been banging that girl's forehead on the bench so hard. He has clutched his hand so hard on that 6th standard girl's hair, trying to cling to the head and bang her head. The hair had come with the root. The hair had come with the root. வேரோட அந்த முடி வந்து அந்த குழந்தை வந்து bleed ஆக ஆரம்பிச்சிருக்கு. Okay. It started bleeding very badly. And then it became very severe that her entire body got affected so badly. There were a lot of other physical injuries from the teacher. Now, you understand what kind of personality it is, right? I need not put my very professional psychological terms and confuse you. You know what kind of personality. You will easily you will say sadist, but it is not just sadist. It's beyond that. And we are not taking a psychology class. I don't want to label that. Just imagine the personality of the teacher. He was barred. He was under the bar. He was under the bar for 7 years. And that is when they made this corporal punishment even more strict. And that has become worse now. Which has become worse? Corporal punishment rules have become very worse now. We cannot even touch the student. தப்பு பண்ணா 2 சாத்துனாதான் சிலதெல்லாம் சரி ஆகும். அந்த ஒரு லிபர்ட்டி ஆஃப் பனிஷ்மெண்ட் கூட இப்ப போயிடுச்சு இந்த மாதிரி சில ஆட்கள் தப்பு பண்ணதுனால. Now you cannot touch the student in the school will the student will threaten you, which is the worst situation. Teachers are paining. It is a very painful situation. It is not easy. The loopholes in the laws are actually threatening the teachers, where all good teachers get bad names. And some experiences that we see here in the newspaper, which is horrible. They are still, their personality disorders are still poured on to the students. How painful. They need punishment, not the healthy teachers. But unfortunately, all of us are labeled. சில குழந்தைங்களை அடிச்சுட்டு அடிக்கிறதுனா mild. For why we are beating, what we are beating, all that you need to be very, very careful. Not that you go hit the child. I'm not talking at a college level at all, even from the school level. Because 1 year I was working in the school, we have seen lot of problems because I was into the psychology domain. Even that 1 year we went through an intensive training program for school teachers. That was my first training program at Hotel Palm Grove, Nungambakkam. Immediately the moment I finished my MSc. How much training we had to give them. Not that they are bad, they are already good. Just 1 or 2 teachers that we have to tell them the society is still existing like this. We need a change. So whether you're authoritative, whether you're an aloof person, it all depends. Unfortunately, we are not like that. But the names that we get is very, very painful. We'll be the most kind, most understanding, most relevant teacher, but we get the bad name, which is the worst part. So we need to be very, very careful, and which spectrum you fall into, you will calculate. As I already told you, the mama bear type, you have another reflection of being parental, buddy, reluctant. Whatever I have put in the chart, I've put it as a diagrammatical representation. Next slide, Ma. Next slide. So you tell what type of teacher you are in any one of the types. You will write it for yourself. At the end of the session, you can say next slide. Now, what is your learning style? This is highly contingent with your students. Next slide. Yeah, learning styles. Repeat, Ma, just put the diagrammatical representation. Whether you are a spatial person, whether you're the auditory type. Next, Kanna. நீங்க first correct தான் போட்டீங்க, நான் தான் மாத்தி சொல்லிட்டேன். Next. Yes. Whether you're the logical sense person, whether you're the kinesthetic person, whether you're the interpersonal type, intra or linguistic, which modality of teaching you are using, there are no right or wrong answers. You will be fetching one type or you will be using a combination of it. Just be aware. Now, why you need a training program? Just be aware. What is your kids' need? Your students need. Sometimes they need a combination. We go through what is called a one-to-one teaching. A lot of strategies we make up to help the students. So identify, your role here is identify what is the learning style of your student. So next slide, Kanna. Next slide. So visual is nothing but they try to retain information by viewing pictures and images. Majority of us are visual style people, and our students are also like that. And kinesthetic learners learn better with role play. It's not that just that you go touch them. No, no, no. You make them perform. They learn better through a role play. Now, mathematics teachers can ask, how does the role play works? Probably your logical reasoning works better. And I'm the poorest person in the maths. You ask me what is 1 plus 1? I do not know. It is 2. So maths teachers can share their experience here. Role playing will be effective, much effective for them to learn. Next, your touch, your smile, everything will work. I already told in the starting of the training program, the moment you think of a subject, it is the teacher that you think first. If you like the teacher, you will love the subject. Very simple. Very simple, especially in school days. Imagine college, you're dealing with the vibrant, energy-filled students community. And when they come to college, they don't come just like that. There'll be different group. One is like happy going free type. I get everything. Degree is my only thing. One set will be like, I have to earn. My parents are really slogging. I have to earn, do a part-time job and do. And one comes with all the problems from home the way we come. அப்பா அடிச்சுட்டாங்க, அப்பா இப்படி கஷ்டப்பட்டுட்டு வராங்க, அம்மாக்கு ப்ராப்ளம் இருக்கு, அம்மா தையல் மிஷின் நடத்திட்டு வராங்க. They come with lot of psychological injuries. So you need to be, at the end of the session, I will only say one thing. If you do that, all this will fall in place. So oral, if they are more of an auditory listening person, that will help you. Social, they work better in peer group. You know, they work better in the peer group setup. Group studies nu solluvom. Solitary, they prefer to sit back, learn all alone. Verbal, which is a very common thing. Now you have to identify next logical, all mathematical setups with logical structure, how, why, abstract reasoning, everything comes into the streamline. So you have to identify where they fall in. Sometimes an eclectic approach will be there, sometimes a subjective approach. இப்ப இது எல்லாம் எங்களுக்கு தெரியாதா, நாங்க தெரியாம தான் இங்க வந்து உட்கார்ந்துட்டோம்னா கண்டிப்பா தெரிஞ்சிருக்கும். All of you will be more better doing than what I'm saying. It's just a humble reminder and an added on point. Next slide. Okay, now I want all of you to open your video. There are 100 people in the group. Open your video, unless and until you're in a safe environment to open the video. I understand. I request all the participants to open the video. Is my communication clear? Yes. All participants. Okay, at least I will do something. You can have a look. I'm ready to open my video. It's a quick exercise. Not that I'm sure you would have done it. Now you just have to do it when I'm saying, okay? Now all of you touch your forehead, nose, lip, chin, forehead, nose, lip, chin. Okay, why Shanmugapriya madam is holding the chin? Is this the chin or cheek? Not, I mean, you are visible. I'm asking, don't take it otherwise. Redmi Note 11 madam is also holding the chin the way I'm doing. Uma Maheshwari madam is also doing the same thing that I have done. No, I was a big blunder. Okay.
First I did it like you, ma'am. Then I realized this is a chin.
Then Shanmugapriya realized this lady is a stupid lady. Why did I even follow her? How dare she gives me the wrong information? So she said, okay, I'm only right. This is the no. We are just having fun, Shanmugapriya. Don't worry. This lady is stupid. Okay. I shouldn't believe her at all. All my 3 days program has become a super duper waste. இவங்கள நம்பி வர உட்கார்ந்திருக்கோமே, நீங்க யார் வேணாலும் திட்டல. Chin, we know which is the chin. The power of non-verbal communication is the moment I touched here, for that 1 second, all of us went. At least some of you. Some people will be very shrewd here. Why the hell is she saying all this? She's wrong. Chin is only chin. Like Tirupura Sundari madam. I think Dr. Nagendra, I'm not able to view some of your names. Very clear. Okay. So the power of non-verbal communication is so deep. I'm sure all of us know this matter. Not that we do not know. Not that we do not know. Now you can close your videos. All of you close your videos. Happy I could see at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe the phone doesn't permit to see all 100 faces, I guess. So the power of non-verbal is so deep. The moment you enter the class, students learn about you. You think you know about the students know how much we know or we don't know. So here you have in your, is the screen shared, Ma? Is the screen sharing happening? Albert Meherbin says, we don't require Albert Meherbin to say that we also know. Kanas, yeah.
Yes,
7%
sorry to
alone
interrupt,
is spoken word.
Sorry
yes,
to
it's
interrupt,
visible.
the screen is shared. Okay.
Yes, Raja, yes. 38% is your voice and tone. And 55% is your body language. So we did a small exercise to make you understand how important is your body language. Imagine the same training I'm taking like this, okay? Today's training program is on faculty development. You all have to develop. How motivating is it? Hello? That 1 second, the way I spoke to you, how motivating was that? No, you need not smile. Say it was nonsense. You can say, ma'am, what you did was atrocity. Not motivating us to listen. Okay. Now you're saying not motivating us to listen. So again, it was not motivated. So again, I'm saying, thank you for the feedback. Now we will continue with the session. Tomorrow, we will have another 5 days program. What do you think about it? Now this behavior, how do you feel? You have given me a feedback. It's down. It was not motivated. It is not inspiring. Still, voice is not clear. Okay. Interruption. I don't know whether it was the device or whether I was boring. This is the truth. Somebody is like putting your hands here. So you need that minimum energy to reach, because the voice modulation is not up to the level at all. I will not say, I do not know who's like this, but if at all we fall into the category, just understand that we have a big, not enthusiastic. Okay. I like all this feedback. Barney, note all this feedback. It could be for the session also. So this 5 days of training program, 1 day of my behavior of being very subtle, very submissive. Sometimes I need not be loud. I can still be a motivator. But see, I was not at all energetic. I was not connected to the group. See how bad that impact will create. We know each other for so many years. There are so many experience that 1 second, 2 seconds we cannot bear. If at all we have people among our crowd, just imagine how the students will go through. So your communication, this is where we call it as tone, language, modulation, the real non-verbal communication. Trust me, students know better than us. They judge us the moment we walk inside the class. It doesn't mean every time we say hee and walk. No, that tinge of smile will make a world of difference. That's why teachers are so beautiful. I told you in the beginning, in spite of that baggages that they carry, they behave so responsible that they come with the pattern of, yes, this is my responsibility. So all of us need only that responsibility. Okay. All right. Next slide. So Albert Meherbin, communication is very important. Your body language will speak before you. Be careful. Next slide. Next, Kana. So we believe in ocean. In psychology, we call it as ocean or big 5 personality. Your personality types matters. How open you are, how concise you are. the much before 5-dimensional ocean personality trait model, ma, please put that. I think you've gone out of my control. Kana, am I audible, ma? Nitisha, please just display that 5-dimensional ocean personality trait model.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we call it as ocean: openness, conscientiousness, extraversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. Sometimes this neuroticism is like how negative things will impact you. Okay, basically it is a clinical test, but the other dimensions are taken to understand yourself better. Attend to your inner feelings. It is very, very important for openness. Okay, the conscientiousness, I'm sure you know the meaning of it. How beautiful you are, how morally responsible you are, how disciplined you are. All this will come into the concern. Extraversion, I need not describe at all. We have all expertise here. And agreeableness, the trust, the altruistic behavior, you connecting with people, your tenderness. Now you have to again find out which is your predominant quality. Next slide, ma. Because I've already explained what it is. And in our teaching field, there are certain things in my control. There are certain things out of your control. Stop brooding for things out of your control. This I took a big time to understand. If you ask my friends here, there are a lot of days that I have been polemifying, but then high time I realized things are out of my control. Better I shut my mouth and retain my energy, and I start working on myself. It comes only with experience, not with advice. But this is a reminder again. There are a lot of trauma you would have gone through in your when you're experiencing your teaching from any one of the community, from any one of the stakeholders. Please understand there are things out of your control which has nothing to do with you. Unfortunately, we would have drained, died, cried, brooded, and we become nothing because of the out of control things. Just try to invert it. In my control is my happiness and not the out of control things. Next slide. And most important, I told you in the first day of the training program, whatever you utter, your mind will listen, and your body hears everything your mind says. நம்ம சோர்ந்து போயிடுவோம். எவ்வளோ எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் இருந்தாலும் நம்மள சோர்வடிக்கிறதுக்கு ஆட்கள் ரெடியா இருப்பாங்க. Yes, I understand. However you fall, please get up and come back. That is the key. I will not say we will be super happy all the time, because you are all experienced teachers. I'm not talking to a fresher to tell them how to be in a teaching field. No, you are your own boss. But people would have drained you. Yes, you would have fallen. Please get up from there and come. Now, how do you come? How do you come? Next slide. Listen to your emotions. This is where our journey comes. The entire training program, listen to your emotions, connect with your students emotionally. You will be the rock star in your field. That doesn't mean you will simply take their personal decisions. No, you will be like the water on the leaflet of a lotus. பட்டும் படாம தொட்டும் தொடாம நம்ம அவங்களோட ஜர்னி டிராவல் பண்ணுவோம். எம்பத்தைஸ் பண்ணுவோம், சிம்பத்தைஸ் மட்டும் பண்ணக்கூடாது. That is what we mean by traveling with them, for which you have to be connected with yourself first. Your bitterness, attend to it. Your resentment, write it. How to do it? I've listed here. Your anger. Yes, anger is part of our life. I will rarely take anger management class because I sometimes feel little tinge of little, okay, not dominant, is sometimes required. Raudram Palagun edo solvangla, I don't know. There are a lot of my friends here who are biggest Tamil expertise people. They can guide me better. But it doesn't mean you will throw tantrums at people. No, there you have to manage your anger. But however you're passionate about, people will trigger you. Attend to your emotions. So there is only one thing here. You and the beautiful students community, trust me, they are the excellent group. If you touch them with the right emotion, you will tap the best from the students. Students need help. Students need that touch. It doesn't mean that you will go do their personal work. No, you have to be attached and detached. You need to be professional. You need to be highly professional with the emotional connect. And how you do it, I have displayed here. I can share this PPT with you. Unless and until you don't attend to your emotions, you can never stay really consistent in your field at a happy level. You will be in the field. You shouldn't be another teacher. You should be the teacher. Next slide. What you think is what you become. What you become is what the society gets. What the society gets is what the world reflects. Law of attraction. I told you in the first day, believe in you. Like the elephant rope. That's why I told Dr. Bharani, madam, please do not permit people sometimes who are not attending day 1, day 2, day 3, because they will not understand what has happened before, what is happening now. Your law of attraction matters a lot. See, imagine you're studying for IAS exam. I'm sure teachers are passion go through teacher is the only field given by God, as I already told you, doctors, teachers, and nurses. Without any surgery, without any cut opening, we have to touch the soul and get the best out of the child. And God decides who has to do it. And they're all teachers, especially the school teachers. I would always say school teachers. Now, you might be thinking you're here training the college teachers, and how dare you pamper only the school teachers? Trust me, you and me are the byproduct of our teachers, not just our parents. What they have shaped you is what you are today. So what you're shaping today is what your children are tomorrow. Keep your law of attraction clear. My goal is to give the best irrespective of what I'm getting in. That's your goal. And I will not write your goals because you are more expertise than it. Clear, strong desire. So I told you about the IAS. Or IAS படிக்கிற குழந்தைக்கு அவ வாஷ்ரூம் குள்ள போய் உட்கார்ந்தா கூட அந்த புக் ஞாபகமாவே தான் இருக்கும். அவங்க பாக்குறதெல்லாம் அந்த லைப்ரரி பத்தி, பிகாஸ் அவங்க ஆழ் மனசுல அவங்களுக்கு அதே ஓடுறதுனால they will attract those things. அதுக்கு ஒரு சிம்பிள் எக்ஸாம்பிள் சொல்லணும்னா, நீங்க ஒரு ஆளை ரொம்ப விரும்புவீங்க, பாக்குறதெல்லாம் உங்க ஆளோட பேரா தெரியும், irrespective of the gender, and you put a big smile on your face and you decide that's love. That's a different story altogether. We are not coming into that personal domain now. What you deeply think inside is sometimes what you attract. The rest are, I'm not coming to the things beyond your spiritual space. I'm unfit for it. I am not talking about it. What you deeply think is what you attract. அதை தாண்டி மேம் நான் டீப்பா இப்படிலாம் நினைக்கல, அப்படியே எனக்கு பிரச்சனை வருதுன்னா, that's a different story. I'm unfit to talk about it. Let me talk only the psychological domain. So be deeply trust in you. Always be thankful for what you're having. This plays a very important role in your energy field. நீ என்ன நினைக்கிறியோ அதுவா நீ மாறுவ. நீங்க நெட் எக்ஸாம், ஸ்லெட் எக்ஸாம் ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்றச்சே பாருங்களேன், உங்களுக்கு தூக்கத்துல நெட் எக்ஸாம் வரும். ஏன்னா எந்நேரமும் உங்க பிரெயின் அதுதான் வயர் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கும். ரொம்ப சின்சியரா படிக்கச்சா உங்களுக்கு அட்ராக்ட் ஆகுறதெல்லாம் நெட் புக்ஸ் அட்ராக்ட் ஆகும். உங்களுக்கு அந்த மாதிரி சர்க்கிள் குரூப் ஃபார்ம் ஆகும். இந்த ஐஏஎஸ் படிக்கிற பசங்க வாஷ்ரூம்ல வச்சு கூட அதே நினைச்சுட்டு லைப்ரரி எல்லாம் அவங்க கண்ணுக்கு தெரியும். ஏன்னா அவங்க தேடி நோக்கி போறாங்க ஆழ் மனசுல. So when you are attracting lot of good things for your students' benefit, you will become that. You will become an awesome teacher, not just a teacher. And next slide, ma. So law of attraction is very, very important. Next slide. How to self-regulate your emotion. Next slide, ma. As I already told you, when you're angry, pause. When you're overwhelmed, write down. When you feel very, very insecure, accept it. Yes, you have a flaw, accept it. When you feel rejected, this is most painful thing, okay? You need a redirection. Trust me, this will not come just by me telling. It comes with, that's why we call it as self-regulation. Practice, practice, practice. Next. You are the world of happiness, my dear teachers. I need not vomit what is there in the slide. Just read for yourself. Next slide. Next slide. இது நீங்க ஒண்ணு பண்ணா போதும். Make them feel safe with you, secured with you. Validate them. ஒரு குழந்தையும் கிளாஸ்ல வந்து உட்காரச்சா நம்மள ரொம்ப நம்பி வரும். We have a big role, trust me. நம்மள கிண்டல் பண்ணுவாங்க, நம்மள கலாய்ப்பாங்க. அவங்கள நீங்க கரெக்டான அந்த இன்டெலெக்சுவல்ல டச் பண்ணி பாருங்க. They will abide by you. They will come back to you. You need not be dominating, but you need to be assertive. Next slide. We simply mature with the damage, but definitely not with the years. With this note, I conclude my session. Next slide. Next slide. Kana, play the next video, ma. Not this. Next, Kana. This is over. Play the next slide.
Okay.
Most important video, have a look. I'm sure many would have seen it in a lot of social media. It's a humble reminder that we
I think the captain is the most important.
I think Dr. Amit Sharma.
Maybe the judge.
He stays at the border all the time so that we can spend time with our family. He makes sure our safety is his first priority.
She's upholding the Constitution of India. It's a very, very big thing. इतने crimes हो रहे हैं. Such a difficult job, ना? Justice देना.
जैसे कोविड सिचुएशन में सब लोग डरे हुए थे. Everyone was locked up in the house. But doctors and the entire medical fraternity was right there. They were trying to save us.
I think Smita ji.
Maybe her.
She's the one.
बाकी सबका तो मतलब मुझे पता है ना कि ये डॉक्टर हैं, जज हैं, बट ये मैम क्या करती हैं, आई डोंट नो.
क्योंकि उनके नाम के आगे कोई टाइटल नहीं है. And honestly, I don't really know who she is and what she does.
मेरा नाम स्मिता पटेल है. मैं एक स्कूल टीचर हूँ और ये तीनों मेरे स्टूडेंट्स हैं.
आई एम सो सॉरी मैम.
नहीं, I mean, मुझे लगता है कि ये बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है एक्चुअली.
टीचर्स नहीं होंगी तो फिर कोई कुछ बन ही नहीं सकता. इट इज़ अ वेरी सेल्फलेस जॉब.
It's a noble profession or they are creating geniuses.
But she's kind of shaping the future for the country. Yes, मुझे लगता है कि हर एक टीचर को उनका टाइटल मिलना चाहिए. इट्स रियली इम्पोर्टेंट.
Nimi ma'am, are you there? Ma'am? Participants are requested to wait for a while. I think the resource person's network issue, due to that, she's unable to join, as no reply from her, even in WhatsApp and in Zoom. I request Nitisha ma'am to post the feedback link in the chat box. The feedback link will be open till 7:30 p.m. Participants, a gentle reminder, as the resource person told, tomorrow will be a open video session, laughter therapy. I request everyone to join the session and make the session a wonderful moment.